don't understand Batman. I don't get it.
We've just been discussing how he's the simplest superhero.
That's it. There's no powers. Just
Why?
a man is a bat.
How? I don't get it.
It's just rich man goes out at night.
Batman, everyone.
God,
Well-
I hope the film's not about Batman.
I really hope we don't talk about Batman because I just don't. I said I don't get it. He's a Batman, and we get. What I don't get he's all dark and mysterious, and we're supposed to really sort of get into how serious and dark and stuff he is.
He does sort of really rely on the fact that everyone in the city that he operates in is scared of bats. Like if someone's like, I actually love bats. Like, this is so exciting. I'm not afraid of bats at all.
1 minute. So is that explicitly mentioned that everyone in Gotham City is scared of bats?
He picked the bat. I mean, I don't know. There's probably 1,000 different origins, but he picked the bat because he was scared of bats, and he was like, I want to scare criminals, so I'm going to be a Batman. Not like a nightmare man or like a stab man.
Stab man.
Not like being robbed.
Oh yeah, yeah. Knives, they're not scary. I'll tell you what, get a weird thing that can't see when it flies.
Sky Puppy.
Sky
Puppy Man was his backup name.
A sky puppy.
Sky Puppy.
Is that like a weird name for a bat? Or
Yeah,
something?
that's the name for a bat.
That's not. They're not
That's
puppies.
what like cute knobheads call bats. Sky Puppy.
They can fuck off. That's really not. But we start. At least we didn't start with a burp this week.
Yeah, I've improved.
Did you save one up?
No,
Good.
Gone for still water today.
Oh,
Yeah.
still water.
It might still come up.
Health. That's good.
But
Yeah, one thing we didn't do last week as well that apparently we should have done is that we should have told everyone to subscribe and rate and like and tell their friends about the episode.
Don't worry about that. No one's listening.
Yeah. There's 2 people listening.
Is it me and you?
Yeah. It's just us 2 just going, isn't it good?
Just texting each other all week, being like, that was all right.
Don't we sound sexy?
Don't we sound great
We do.
when I move closer to the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was all right. Did you watch any films?
I watched The Martian.
The Martian.
Yeah.
Ah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
And he grows some potatoes in the dirt and stuff.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
on.
I liked it.
What else do you remember?
I remember that he went on. It was very millennial in the desert. That's what I took away from it. It was very millennial in the desert.
In what way is he a millennial?
It's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to grow the shit out of these potatoes. Like, it's just like, oh, for God's sake, it's not no formality in this thing. He's like, he's responsible for billions of pounds worth of equipment, millions of miles away, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to grow the shit out of this.
Fuck you, Mars.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, millennial in the desert. I don't know. 4 thumbs up.
I would give it 4 out of 5 polls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
good.
fan. Love it.
Yeah, but what else you been up to?
So the weekend, this will come as a surprise to you, completely unprepared.
Mhm.
I did a bit of gardening.
Yeah,
You won't believe it.
go on.
Struck oil.
Struck oil.
Yeah.
In the garden.
In the garden.
That's all right.
I
isn't
got
it?
about a pint and a half's worth of oil.
Yeah.
Called up my local Texas oil baron,
Yeah. What's his name?
Hamish McWilliams.
Hamish McWilliams.
Yeah,
Right.
he moved there as a boy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man and boy. Yeah.
He bought the lot. I've
Oh.
come into a little bit of money.
How much you got?
£36.
36. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's like £1 more than last week.
Yeah, and I'm going to buy a film
Mm.
that is £1 better than your film.
£1 better. Well, I don't know. Well, in that case, it's a good job that I've invited in a guest who can help us with that, because I've invited a guest that's going to come in and pitch a film in to take your £36 and turn it into the next better than Batman.
The next Batman 5.
Here we go. So I'm going to introduce her. She's a good friend of mine. She's absolutely hilarious. A comedian on the London circuit who is come to pitch a movie for us. Everyone welcome Alison Dennison.
Hello, guys. Hello. Thanks for having me. Long time listener, first time contributor. I've been a fan of this show for years.
Yeah. How long have you been a fan of this show?
Since I was little. Like, I used to listen to it at school.
Oh, wow. Did you go to school within the last couple of weeks? Because this is episode 2. I'm very grateful. Very grateful for your web of lies.
They grow up quick these days, don't they?
They do, yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so welcome, Alison. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you. I've been doing some gardening. I've been moving boxes around.
Did you find any oil?
No, I didn't.
It's not successful gardening.
Oh.
You got to dig deeper. Took me hours.
Congratulations.
Is it a mine? It's not a mine.
Do I live on? Yeah, I live in a mine shaft.
Oh, I have been to your house.
It's not a mine though.
No. You have a cellar.
I do have a cellar.
Yeah.
It's mostly just got.
I just want to point out, by the way, it's not like a wine cellar.
Yes, it has got wine in it.
It's not like a crypt.
But also boxes and a load of other rubbish.
And a broom.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Is this what
Well,
we're
this is-
doing?
yeah,
Is this
this
what we're doing? We're not doing a film.
What's
We're
in the cellar?
We're just going to list the items that are in my cellar.
Another great podcast idea, which is better than this one, What's in the Cellar?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, which is basically Bargain Hunt.
Just a budget version of Through the Keyhole.
Yeah.
Cash in the attic, trash in the cellar.
Oh,
Late
I
nights.
like it.
We're going to have a good episode. So, Alison, you're
Hi.
gonna pitch us a film for
Yeah.
Paul's hard-earned £36
Hard
did, yeah.
dug money.
hard dug money. Blood and sweat. So,
I'm not going to waste your money. I'm going to make the best film probably ever.
Oh, please waste it. Waste it profusely. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
way
Yeah.
better.
Trust me, I've seen some films. I've enjoyed some of them. I saw most of a film today.
What did you watch?
Didn't see the end of it. I watched Meet John Doe, but then I had to go out and go to the post office or something. So I don't know how it ends.
is that about a baker or a deer?
It's a black and white film with Gary Cooper, and he is an everyman, but there's a twist,
Oh.
and he's on the radio, and there's lots of,
The choice is on the radio.
The whole time.
it's a web of lies, but it's all for the best, or is it?
Lies are always for the
awesome.
best.
Well, you don't know because you've not seen the end.
I've not seen the end, and the film is about 80 years old, so
Oh, so
Spoilers.
Yeah.
everyone in it is dead.
oh no, they're all ghosts.
That's what every time I watch a really old film.
That's the twist at the end. We're all ghosts. It just goes to colour.
So yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I've got a broad knowledge of films, and I'm pretty confident that I could make the best film ever. I've had some ideas. Basically, my favourite genres, and I'm an everyman myself. There's nothing unusual about me, so this is going to appeal to everyone. My favourite genres are class misunderstanding romance films. They were very, very big in the 30s, where a woman would meet a man, think he's a butler, and it turns out he's a lord, but she's fallen in love with him as a butler with hilarious consequences. Now, those aren't really made all that much nowadays, because if you met somebody who thought they were a lord and then it turned out they weren't a lord, that would be, oh, I thought you were a lord. There would be no...
There's not many lords just kicking about.
sounds very-
mistaken identity.
Is that like a Cinderella-y type thing?
Sort of, yeah. There were loads of them going on. So I like them, but it's not so popular now, I understand. The other genre that I like is a film where it's not really a sci-fi, but something weird and magical happens, like Big with Tom Hanks or Freaky Friday.
Isn't there a bit in Big where she...
Yeah, there is.
to him, he's got the mentality of a 9-year-old.
Oh dear, she didn't know. Oh dear.
He did.
Oh, he did.
He's not responsible. Oh no.
Naivety, I don't think, is an excuse.
Oh, Tom
bit of
Hanks
lad.
is lovely though. You can't think any ill of any.
He's got
Tom
bunk
Hanks
beds. You should never shag a man who lives in a bunk bed.
film. That's what we all learned from that.
I don't think he lives in the bunk bed.
He might do. Well, it could be they make good forts. Anyway.
My third favourite genre is any film with trains in it, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to go for the film where a magical thing happens, but it's not a sci-fi genre, and I've decided it's going to be a modern day person, normal person, goes down the street and sees a blockbuster video there, and thinks, hang on,
What this modern day person? Is this the person who's starring in the movie?
they're the star. Yeah, I'm thinking Natasha Lyonne, because I'm watching Poker Face at the moment, and she's really good in it. So she's walking down the street, she sees a blockbuster video, she goes, blockbuster video? What's that? Goes in, gets a VHS of an action film and a VHS of a 1930s screwball film, classic.
Hang on a sec. Was VHS existed in the 30s?
Oh,
Or
well,
is-
this isn't the 30s, this is now.
Oh, this
We're
is
talking-
now.
This is modern day
Do
Natasha Lyonne.
VHS exist now?
No, which is the weird thing. That's why she goes in. She goes, well, what's this?
Okay.
What's this going on? Goes in, gets the videos, goes to her parents' house where there's a VHS player, tries to put them both in at the same time, causing a magical clash to happen. She gets sucked into the action film, and then the action film and the star of the action film gets sucked in to the 1930s screwball. So what you get is Natasha Lyonne, the action star, who could be Chris Pratt or something like that. Both of them suddenly, they're inside a 1930s screwball comedy rom-com.
Right. We've got some stuff to
I've got so
unwind.
many questions.
Yeah.
So, go on, Paul.
Top question.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Why does she try and put both VHS in at the same time?
We've all made mistakes.
We've all been there. 3 bottles of wine.
So
I don't know which one I want to watch.
She's
I'm gonna
definitely
watch both.
she's crying. Definitely.
Deeply. Heavy sobbing.
There's a tub of Ben and Jerry's.
A bottle of Ben and Jerry's.
That's how I drink it.
Maybe she puts in one, and you know how they used to suck in the VHS when you put them into the player, and it was wonderful, and then she forgets that she's put that one in. Maybe she's drinking or something, puts the other one in, and that gets sucked in, and then it creates a vortex and she gets sucked in as well. I'm saying sucked a lot.
It's the magic word of the podcast.
You win a free car.
Yay!
You know what, right? I actually I forgot that happened, that it would suck in the tape. And I remembered I had 2 films and I'd put one in and then it would go in and it was committed. And I'd be like, no, actually, I wanted the other one. But I had to then wait and then press the eject button.
Magical times.
Yes, therapy's...
Fucking hell, mate.
Okay, right.
The trials and tribulations of Jim Hooker.
Yeah.
So anyway, that whole sequence takes 5 minutes at the beginning of the film. Basically, the
5 minutes?
Yeah, the film starts, you've got your everyday person character, maybe Natasha Lyonne, you've got your action star, and they are suddenly stuck in this completely unfamiliar environment to them. Everything's black and white. There's violins playing all the time for some reason. Everybody's speaking really fast, like in His Girl Friday. Oh, we're going to go to the blah, blah, take the typewriter, take this down, blah, 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 get a letter. Oh, you chump, that sort of thing, constantly.
Right.
And I think, what are they saying?
Old school New York.
How is this happening? Yeah, and everybody's wearing hats, and they're like, we got to find a way to get out of this screwball comedy while at the same time learning how that works. And
Who is Natasha Lyonne?
oh, wow. Short answer, she's the new Columbo.
What, is there a new Columbo?
Well, this series has been made called Poker Face, which is almost an homage to Columbo, but it's set now and she's the star, and it's very, very good. I recommend it.
Oh, I'll have a little look at it. Right, so Poker Face,
But
the
just-
new
No,
Columbo.
you won't.
Just imagine.
Is it a TV show?
It is a TV show.
Yeah, good, because I don't really like films. So,
So happy to be pitching to you.
yeah, good. I mean, Paul does. I mean, but I'm happy. I want to make some money out of this. So,
It's my money.
you had mine last week. Let's not argue about this again.
We always
Fight,
argue about
fight.
the fake money.
I came here because I wanted to see a fight.
Now you will see the most pathetic fight you've ever seen in your life. Oh,
that'd be awful.
just lots of like clicking, like in West Side Story.
Complaining about the heat.
Oh,
Right, so it's
Go on.
screwball comedy.
Yeah.
What decade in New York was it?
Okay, well, I'm thinking 30s, but it's a bit flexible because I want Buster Keaton to be in it to do some stunts. So maybe one day they wake up and suddenly they're in a silent film and only they can hear each other. And then they've got to see the intertitles to find out what anybody else is saying. They're not happy about it. They're trying to get out of this. But to get out of the film, what do they have to do? Do they have to complete the film? Do they have to do the romance or whatever it is? Do they have to solve a murder? Is there a murder happening in the background? Do they have to talk to the background characters? Why do they never speak? All this.
we're kind of hoping you'd tell us.
Yeah.
But I think.
They find out. They find out.
Wait, so do they know they're in a film?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So this is like lots of different films, and in the silent bit, is it just going to go quiet, or is the violins going to provide the music? Because they didn't really do the violins. It was a piano, wasn't it?
That's a piano in the cinema. Yeah, that would be.
Is it going to be a piano? Do we have to find a pianist for every single cinema that's going to be shown in?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you asked me that because yes, and there aren't that many silent film accompanist pianists still available. But I actually know 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are their names? Oh no.
Wild.
Okay, cool. Okay, right. So
But
far,
that is another point as well, actually. I
Go
don't
on.
want any CGI at all in this. Everything's going to be done by using practical effects,
Oh.
as they
hold
would
you
have
to
done
that.
back then. And so the crew, I'm going to get all the people who remember how to do like the Schuften process, where you scratch a bit off a mirror and then you can make the depth of field change and that sort of thing.
Is
And
this part of the film?
No, this is the crew. This
This is the crew.
This is a dying art. So the crew is all going to be about 90-year-old men probably.
Oh, great. We're not going to have just an ambulance on set constantly.
They're all going to be very grumpy all the time and shouting at each other.
I want to see this as part of the film, if I'm honest.
Just a heads up that you're going to have to get an extra insurance for the film because for the crew.
Right,
these
okay.
guys.
Extra insurance.
Shouting insurance.
They're not going to respect when people are saying cut. They're just going to carry on talking to each other about old episodes of Only Fools and Horses or whatever it is they're interested in.
Nice.
And you're just going to have to wait for them to stop because they're grumpy old men and they don't care. But they know how to do the techniques. They know how to do the Ray Harryhausen stop motion and stuff. So
we should just clarify.
Just need a lot of time.
For a film podcast, we know very, very little about how to make movies. So all these very clever terms, we have no idea.
We have no business recording this.
I have heard of Harryhausen, whatever his name is.
I haven't.
I probably said it wrong.
No, yeah. I think it was right.
Okay.
No one's listening. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure that no one listening to this podcast will also know.
Yeah.
They're literally like, oh, yeah, I'm going to. But then they'll spread the lie. They'll be like going, oh, yeah, I'm a Harryhausen fan.
The main thing that I looked up before I came here was how to spell the Schriften process. I didn't look up how to pronounce it. And for some reason, I thought it was very, very important that I knew how to say it and also knew how it works. So now in my head, I've got the angle you have to have the mirror at. You put a picture of a mountain on a mirror, and then you scratch part of the mirror off, and then you put it at an angle, and then you put actors behind the mirror, so it looks like the actors are going up the mountain, but the mountain is just a picture. It's very clever, and it really works, especially in black and white. Oh yeah, the film's in black and white.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to learn anything today. My head is like not ready to receive any more information.
It's going to be
very different type of podcast.
and I've got the credits, the casting. I have thought about.
I thought we were at the end of the film already.
No.
Short film.
Okay, right. So let's get to the point here, right? So right now, this is what we've got so far.
It's very impressive.
We've got a screwball comedy, magical film. Possibly a train is going to appear at some point.
Well remembered, yeah.
Yes, I wrote it down.
Thanks.
He doesn't remember anything.
I don't remember anything. So this is, and starring this is going to be Natasha Lyonne. She's the new Columbo. She's gone to a Blockbuster video store and she's picked up two tapes, an action film and the screwball comedy film. One's set in the 1930s, and she goes home all depressed for some reason and then jams the two tapes into the VHS player and then gets well-winded in. Now, when she gets well-winded in, does she sort of like put her hands up and then see like her fingertips sort of like go into the TV, or is it just like a big...
It's the VHS player, I think. She puts her fingers near the little door in the VHS player and she just gets sucked in like a VHS.
With no CGI.
No CGI.
No, that's all practical effects. So she's going to be made out of plasticine.
We're going to have to find a man-eating VHS player.
No. You do it in stop motion. You get a plasticine Natasha Lyonne, and then it takes probably about 2 years to film this sequence because you've got to do one frame like at a time, just moving ever so slightly the massive life-size plasticine figure into the VHS.
Life-size plasticine.
Life-size, because you can't make because it's a real size VHS player, VCR, and I've only got the one, so
made by a 90-year-old puppet master who can't hear anything.
Yeah, who's by the way, he's really negotiating on his fee because he also worked on a lot of Doctor Who and he's been paid a lot of money for conventions since then.
But we were one of these guys who are like, if he was working in the 30s, we could go, oh, he's a fiver. And he'd be like, oh, it used to take me 6 months to earn a fiver.
I think the film is set in the 30s.
Oh.
We're making it now.
No, but he's from the 30s. He's been doing...
he's been from the 30s.
Yeah, but modern day. So they're all 90. Is that right?
Sort of. I think these are sort of the next generation because I think all the people who worked in the 30s are now dead. I'm sorry, Jim, to break this to you.
They're going to be...
But there are still people who remember how to do these things, but they are, I think, all about over 70.
We need to find some babies who worked on movies in 1930.
Babies actually is a good idea because they would be quite cheap. Oh, no,
Not
but
now.
yes. Oh, sorry, yeah.
How much are you buying these babies? You've only got 36 quid. Right, so we've bought our babies. We've got our 90. We bought the babies 6 years ago. We've got a crew, 90-year-old plasticine sculptured men, and they've gone in and they're now what's the first genre of film what's the first type of film that they're in that they realise that they're in a film? Is it? Wait, and it's just her at the moment,
I was
right?
going to say, who's the they?
That's right.
No, you're quite right. There are two, because then we've got the action star, who I'm thinking it's either going to be Chris Pratt or it's going to be Brett Goldstein playing Roy Kent playing the action star.
Oh, hang on, I need to.
Or,
Whoa.
or this guy I saw on the way here in Elephant and Castle, who was American, and he was speaking behind me, and I think he was an actor because he was saying he's got a callback for an audition, and I got a look out of him at the corner of my eye, and he was pretty handsome, so maybe we should cast him.
What are we going to call him? Because we can't keep saying that.
I'm going to call him American Man you met on the train. Was it train station?
No, it was just walking down the street in Elephant and Castle.
Okay. Okay, right. So, and what's this action stars? What is that? So we know it's either Chris Pratt or American Man you met in Elephant and Castle. But what's his character name in the film?
Oh God, that's true. Yeah, Paul Mills.
Paul Mills.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Paul
Mills, action star.
That sounds like your shit cookbook.
Yeah, thank you very much. Paul Mills.
Okay. Right, so Paul Mills, played by Chris Pratt, or American Man that you met at Elephant Castle. And this is going to be the new, so he's now met. We've not named the person who Natasha Lyonne is playing.
Oh, you go asking all the right questions. I love this.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a name. She's like the, she's, the main character in Rebecca doesn't have a name.
No.
You just think she's called Rebecca.
I've seen Jurassic Park. Is she in that?
Well, the main
She's a
character in
velociraptor,
Jurassic
yes.
Park.
Oh, okay, Raptor. Yeah.
doesn't have a name because they are you. They are the avatar for the viewer.
Oh.
So if
self-insert.
anything, it's you just imagine that they're you.
I could do that.
Is the whole film like POV?
Oh, that would be good, like Peep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because
God.
we paid money for these faces. I need to show them.
There'll be so much. Pay all this money for Natasha Lyonne, and then never put her on screen.
Just from behind her eyes. I'm warming to this idea. It's brave.
Jez?
We're not just going to divert.
No, this is not a Peep Show podcast. There are already 50 of those. I checked. Right. Okay. Right. So right now, so
the action star thinks he's still in an action film.
yeah.
He is really confused about why he's met this real world person, and also he doesn't get all the rules of being in a 1930s screwball comedy, fast talking murder mystery, whatever.
Wasn't there a film like this with Brendan Fraser in it?
Oh no, was there?
Yeah, was it called Last Action Hero or something? Oh, no, that's got Arnold Schwarzenegger. No.
Wow.
What happened in the Last Action Hero?
I think there is a film with Brendan Fraser where he keeps
it.
going into different worlds,
Yeah.
and then he's crying at the sun or something. But I
Yeah.
can't remember what that was called.
Oh, I can't remember.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I've not stolen it.
Yeah, no, definitely a no.
I do not think we should be relying on purely original ideas. For
Oh,
the podcast. It will fail. You can rip off as many things as you like.
I've got a great idea for a film set in a galaxy a long time ago. Oh, again, I've probably seen it like twice. Okay.
Starfights.
Okay, right. So Paul Mills is now in the film. He's confused that there's this real world lady who obviously is like speaking almost like a different language, right? From the 1930s to the.
Well, he's from the around the present. He's an action hero from now. But yeah, everybody in the 1930s films are speaking really quickly. They're obviously the scenes are ending, so that's very confusing for the main character, the real world character, because she'll be thinking she's doing something, and then all of a sudden it's the next day, and she's wearing different clothes. And the music that keeps on playing all the time has changed.
Oh,
and
right.
I like that.
And somebody else walks in.
She's experiencing life as if it was the movie.
Yeah, she's living in real time, but then the movie has got editing in it and stuff, and that's going to be pretty jarring.
That would be nightmarish.
Yeah.
It does. It reminds me a little bit of Page Master with Macaulay Culkin.
Why do you know that film?
Because I've actually seen that film about 4 or 5 times. Have you never seen Page Master with Macaulay Culkin?
Never heard of that.
And Christopher Lloyd, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays the wizard, the Page Master. And he gets lost in a library and the books take him into different genres.
This is the film you know inside and out.
Love it.
It sounds great.
And The Brave Little Toaster. Same.
That's a classic.
That is a great film. Cried.
Who didn't?
Cool. Okay, right. So now she's living in. So what's the first genre that she goes into?
Well, I would say it would be a comedy murder mystery rom-com.
Is there lightning outside?
No, there's no lightning outside. There's just a party going on. It's for the listeners at home who are aware of this film, it's The Thin Man with William Powell and Myrna Loy, where they're a very suave married couple and they're just going to solve a crime while having some margaritas.
Oh.
I know.
That sounds cool.
It really is. I love the Thin Man films.
I wish I could solve a crime. I mean, I could get margaritas.
So that's why you want to solve a crime, so you can have margaritas.
No, I can get margaritas every time I want, but I can't just solve a crime.
You can't have post-crime solving margaritas.
No. I bet they taste sweet.
I bet they taste like margaritas.
I've never had one. I don't know what they taste
You've never had a margarita?
No.
I'll tell you what, afterwards, let's do this, right? Let's go mug someone, figure out it was us, and then have a margarita. Right.
So we've got William Powell and Myrna Loy, and they're playing Nick and Nora Charles, and our real world character and our action hero jump into their world, are freaked out that everything's suddenly black and white, meet these characters, have to come to terms with the fact that they can't see one of the walls of the room for some reason because they're in a film.
What do they see? Do they see people filming them?
I think they just see a sort of a grey blur.
Oh, right.
They're freaked out that everything's in black and white. Their own hands are black and white. They're looking at they're given some food to eat, but it's all in black and white. Can you imagine it'd be horrible?
Cool. Imagine choosing a bag of Walker's crisps. You have to read it.
Oh my god, that's true.
Yeah.
How would you choose?
Yeah, I would read the packet,
It's
I guess,
too
but
much
I'm too
work.
hungry for that.
I'm not doing it.
Probably just try one.
Get them all at once.
Oh wow, what a world! So
that would be your. That would be. So if you were in this world, that would be your biggest dilemma. Not the fact that you are now seeing everything in black and white.
What flavour Skittle am I eating? I can't tell.
Yeah, it would be, but I don't really eat crisps.
This game of snooker is impossible.
Yeah, oh yeah, imagine that. Pot the grey, then the grey.
Not the fact that one of all at every point you look at, there's a void.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just normal.
All the rooms have three. Is that true? Is that normal for you? All your rooms have three walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do. Just look out, just see the void and accept it. So what's the next genre?
Well, they're in there first, and
Okay.
she's clever. She's trying to work out how to get back out of the VHS player. She's like, do I have to play this film through? What's going on? And so they're in there for a while. They're having to, the action star just wants to solve everything by punching his way out. He's trying to punch his way out of the side of the screen to get back into his own film. He's trying to reach down below the frame, swing into the next scene somehow. It's not working.
Like George of the Jungle.
I'm just remembering old Brendan Fraser films.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we should cast Brendan Fraser as a tribute into this.
He could have a role in this for sure. Yeah.
What would he be?
He's hot stuff now. He could play the chief gangster.
The pianist. That's the way that turns around.
Pianist.
So we're gonna let me get this straight. We're gonna hire Brendan Fraser to play the piano at every screening of this movie.
Yes.
Unseen on screen.
Can he play the piano? Brendan?
I don't know.
If you're listening, let us know.
I don't know. We had a time machine. We got a time machine that can bring people back and forth and eating, and that's eating people into VHS players.
Well, that's true. I do want the original actors, William Powell and Myrna Loy and so on. I want them to be themselves in the film. I don't want George Clooney playing Cary Grant. I want actual Cary Grant. So we're going to have to go back and get them if that's okay. But they will be quite cheap because of inflation.
Oh, yeah. That's true, yeah. What was their name? William
Powell. Myrna Loy.
I'm just going to write how that's
Just write it
You're going to have to
phonetically.
spell it. I don't think anyone's going to check it.
Myrna Loy.
It's a good name, isn't it? Myrna Loy.
Yeah, it does, yeah. It sounds like something you'd say when something pissed you off.
It sounds like it sounds like something someone in the 30s would say when they stubbed their toe.
Yeah, oh, Myrna Loy.
Myrna Loy.
Okay. Right, okay, so we've got Myrna Loy and William Powell.
They're there. So they're thinking maybe we should just solve the murder when we need to finish this film somehow. But then it keeps on sort of flicking around through into other films. Then they're on a train and Buster Keaton is on top of the train running along, and the train is on a runaway course to a bridge that's collapsed or something, and they have to try and work their way out of that. It's very frustrating for the action man who just wants to be firing his gun at things and punching.
This is a pretty actiony thing. Maybe he could join in.
He'd love the train.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be
Yeah.
like, right, here
Everybody
we go.
loves
Now I'm in my
trains.
wheelhouse.
I don't like trains either. I don't like anything. By the sounds of it.
A train is a type of wheelhouse. It's sort of a longhouse with wheels.
If you sleep in one, it is.
It's a moving
That's
zoo.
true.
That's what it is.
So
Yes, it is. Where you are both the exhibit and the observer. Okay, so Buster Keaton is on a train, like physically on top of a train. He's like running on top of it
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, in one of his films, The General.
in the general,
Classic moment.
like in the general. Now,
Yeah.
are there things sort of like trees that it's passing that the train's passing under, and he has to like jump like Sonic the Hedgehog or something? Like,
Yes, you're basically describing the film The General. It's a classic. It's brilliant.
See, it's another one I've seen.
what
I've seen
Sonic
it.
the Hedgehog have you played?
The one where I was really shit at it, and I couldn't really get past when he was like in the
train
in
level.
the aqua zone with the funky music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I like that.
I want to talk a bit about the casting because I think it's very important for the credits that we just have really entertaining names in it, because that's something that I really enjoy in films and TV. And I always really like the names at the beginning of Star Trek when they'd come up, and it'd be DeForest Kelley and Gates McFadden and that sort of thing. So I just want those people to be in the film because they've got really cool names and they'd look really good in the credits.
Well, it's a good job you've given me some names here. DeForest Kelley and what was it?
Gates McFadden. Also like the name Googie Withers. She wasn't in Star Trek, but she had she was a British actress, I think British.
Are these the
What's it?
actors' names? I
Yeah,
thought these
yeah,
were
yeah.
characters in Star
no,
Trek.
No, these are the actors' names in real life.
What was that last one called?
Googie Withers.
Googie Withers.
That sounds like horse disease, doesn't it? But she was a real sexy lady back in the 40s or something.
Okay, so Googie Withers is playing a horse disease.
Perry Gilpin has got a brilliant name. She was Roz in Frasier.
She was, yeah, and
Yeah.
she's guest starring in the new Frasier that's coming out in a couple of weeks.
I love her name. One of my favourite names. Grinling Gibbons. Now, he was a wood carver in the 18th century. He did a lot of clerical altarpieces and that sort of thing. But he's got the best name. So it's worth it for the credits. He could be there in his full-bottomed wig, carving some wood.
Top billing.
We've got Grinling Gibbons straight away.
Okay, right. So we've got DeForest Kelley.
Yeah.
What do they do? What's their character in this film? So in the credits, they're going to be doing something.
They play the Doctor.
Doctor. What, the Doctor for the film or the Doctor in the film?
The Doctor in the film.
Doctor in the film. And what's the Doctor's name?
Harry Doctor.
Harry. Couldn't have been anything else.
It's like proper nominative determinism.
Okay, and Gates McFadden. What are they going to play?
They also play a doctor.
Another doctor, very doctor heavy. Is this the Doctor in the film again?
Yeah, Doctor in the film. Yeah.
What's her name?
Different sort of doctor. Julia Doctor.
Julia.
Are they married?
They're a married couple, yeah.
No.
Oh, that's nice. When did they
Yeah.
get married?
They got married in 1931.
1931. Nice wedding?
It was a lovely wedding. There was lots of doctors there.
I'd imagine.
At least two.
The vicar was all cracking jokes like, is there a doctor in the house? One at a time!
Oh,
sort of thing.
he was cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Give us another one that he told us.
No. I'm just going to go over here and cry now.
It's not that funny.
Okay, right. So we got DeForest Kelley is Harry Doctor, who's married to the lovely Julia Doctor, that's played by Gates McFadden, and Googie Withers is a horse disease, and Perry Gilpin.
She's the head gangster.
She's the head gangster. She'd make a good head gangster.
She would, wouldn't she? Can you imagine her in one of those hats?
Yeah.
Of course, they're all in black and white.
They're all in black and white.
Still in black and white
All
on the
still in
train.
black and white, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The train's black and white. Is it? It's not. It's going to be like a steam train.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And we've got Grimling Gibbons, who's carving wood.
Well, he doesn't have to carve wood. I mean, I don't want to typecast him. That's
He's
a
not an
very
actor.
good point. Yeah, but you know,
Is
give
he?
him a chance.
Is he carving wood in the film or for the film?
I think maybe he could play the personification of the Great Depression, of the stock market crash of 1929.
Fucking hell.
Tough role for your first job.
Yeah, I think he can do it. I believe in him.
Gremlin, stop carving that wood. You need to play.
Exactly. Grinling, you're not familiar with the concept of film, right? The closest he's probably ever seen is a play. In, whenever it was he was living in...
You're in a film, Gremlin. What?
Yeah. What's this? He's not familiar with the concept of a screwball comedy or anything like that. He's speaking almost a different language to everybody else because the language has evolved in 200 years since he was alive and carving wood.
So
I believe in him. I think he can make the leap. I think he's ready.
is he a depressed guy if he's playing the depression? If they said like he's the guy, like he's depressed. Or is he a happy guy?
I think he is.
A happy depression sounds interesting.
Oh no.
I see him as just a straightforward evil guy, because that's the thing about all these films in the
Evil?
30s. The bad guys in them, sometimes you think it's the gangsters, but they're usually just the comic relief. The real bad guy is the stock market crash.
Is he tying a woman to the train tracks in front of the train?
Yeah, and he's twirling his moustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there anything between the stock market crash and the train crash? Is that a thing?
Yes, that is a thing.
Heavy
Jim.
metaphor.
I know.
Very good.
Proud of
That's
myself.
exactly the right level for my film, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's the cleverest thing I'll ever say.
That's wonderful.
Cool. Okay, right. So yeah.
Get him down. Get his agent on the line.
Okay, right. So the stock market crash, and the train is the stock market, and it crashes.
Even you're like, yeah, this is
Taking my
great.
breath away.
It's your film.
Such a good investment.
Okay. Right. Okay. So what we got now is we've got this. So we've got the stock market train has crashed. I guess is everyone still alive, or does it kind of like
Yeah, everybody's
quickly
fine.
pivot to the next? Just as the train crashes, quickly it's like into the next.
We've got
thing.
Harry, Doctor, and Julia, Doctor there. They just walk into the shot, and then next scene, everybody's fine.
They just fix everyone.
Exactly. Everybody's got towels or something in the next scene, and they're all just
Towels.
sitting around going, "Oh, we feel much better now.
Towels.
Thanks for the towels."
Cool. Right. Okay. So we got Julia and Harry, the doctors, bring everyone back to life from the train crash
Yeah.
with some towels.
Yeah. They
which
just give them a wipe.
which was like the height of medical sophistication in the
Back in
1930s.
1930s. Yeah. Give them a wipe.
Just stick a towel on it.
Dry off.
Gargle some vinegar.
Clean yourself off.
What are you doing? Okay. Right. Okay. So we've got doctors. Right. So now we're in. Are we going to the next genre, the next theme, the next film?
I like how you're keeping this film moving. It's amazing. It's taking my breath away. Okay, yeah, the next film is going to be Carole Lombard. She's there. She's so glamorous. We're into real, proper, high glamour, escapism, 1933 level. She's there. She's just wearing a beautiful dress, loads of pearls, and she's having a comic misunderstanding that's going to lead to romance. And you've got your everyday person coming into it and your action hero, and they're thinking, how do we get out of this film?
Hang on.
We've got to solve this misunderstanding.
Who's Carole Lombard? Is she?
I was going to say, I've got no idea.
Which dinosaur in Jurassic Park was she?
She was the clever girl.
Another raptor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can picture it now. Wearing a dress with pearls.
She has an amazing jawline, so
Can she
maybe
be-
she was
can-
a T-Rex.
Can she be a velociraptor?
She could, of course, she can. She can be whatever. Yeah, she was a phenomenal actor.
She's got the chops.
She
Okay.
really, genuinely did literally have the chops. She had a brilliant jawline.
Okay, so we've got Carole Lombard, who is playing a very well-dressed velociraptor
With pearls.
with
She's
pearls.
having a comic misunderstanding, which is going to lead to romance, while she is a bit ditzy, but in a really cool way.
Okay, ditzy in a cool way.
Yeah,
Like, can you compare that to somebody like another sort of?
like a modern day reference.
Yeah,
Oh no,
preferably television.
Not another person we met on the way here.
I mean,
Yeah, unless you saw someone.
oh, this is how I have trouble being relevant and relatable. Because the main TV programs that I watch are Poker Face and University Challenge. So she's a bit like
Jeremy Paxton.
she's a bit like Bobby Seagull, like really cool, but a little bit off centre.
Bobby Seagull, is that a real person?
Yes, he was on University Challenge. He was
I
very
was going to
good.
say, I don't think I've known a single person you referenced.
These could have all be just made up names.
Yeah, you could. Like I say, if we Google this later and no one exists, I'm like, she's a goddamn genius.
Wait,
The only one that was real was Googie Withers.
as well. We are pretty stupid.
So am I. I'm probably misremembering all of these names.
Okay,
It's
so you've
fine,
got
it's
Bobby Seagull, a real person. Who's Bobby Seagull playing?
No, he was just a description of
Oh, right,
Carole
okay.
Lombard.
The
as-
well-dressed velociraptor with pearls.
Yeah, very glamorous, very cool, bit off centre, but all the cooler for it.
Okay.
I like Bobby Seagull.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. All right, so she's being cool and ditzy
Yeah.
in this cocktail party setting.
Yeah, it's still a cocktail party. They're all in cocktail parties, these films. And she is falling in love with the butler, and the butler turns out to be a lord.
Okay, who plays the butler?
Oh, it's William Powell again.
William Powell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find him. Who is he?
He also played Nick Charles. These were real films.
Oh.
I recommend all of them, by the way.
We're never going to watch it.
I'm.
Definitely not yet.
I might watch Toy Story later.
What dinosaur is the butler?
He is a full-blown T-Rex.
Wow.
Yeah.
King of the jungle.
Yeah, but he's got a little bow tie on, so everybody thinks he's just a butler, normal butler.
that'll
They
fool
don't.
them.
They don't realise that he's a T-Rex.
Yeah, that's how he's fooled them.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay, right. So
he's carrying some drinks in his little arms. They're all trying to reach up to this little the soda spritzer that they had in all those old films that was always going in people's faces.
yeah, I grew up in a
True
pub
comedy.
and we used to have those. It was really good.
T-Rexes.
Yeah. East London, mate.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Then we had those soda siphon things. They were really cool.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Brent Spiner, who played Data in Star Trek, he
or
can also
TV.
be in this scene because he's got a very good name, and I need to really bulk up the credits with amazing names.
Is he playing Data?
Yes, yeah,
Oh, okay. So Brent Spiner as Data.
because you can't really tell if he's in black and white.
Is this a holodeck?
Maybe it is, but I didn't know that if it was. That's something about my film that I didn't know. Is that a twist?
We
Is
could
that
maybe
fan theory?
insinuate that it's a holodeck.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
with Data.
He's got a hat on.
Super white
Is
face.
Data the first hint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be, or just to throw you off a little bit. Like, what's this?
What's
Little
he doing?
glitches going in the corner and just revealing like a crisscross pattern on the walls.
In the middle of this dinosaur romance.
This is amazing.
Where are the main characters in this scene?
Well, they're at the moment they're standing behind the sofa going
Just standing there.
WTF? They're going question mark, question mark, question mark.
We just escaped a train crash.
Why are we in different clothes?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So are they sort? They're not. Oh, no, they're not dishevelled because they've just been transformed. Haven't
They've had the towels.
Okay.
They're fine.
They've had the towels.
And they go up to Carol Lombard and they go, this guy's a lord. You think he's a butler?
Yeah.
Why don't you just ask him? Just send him a text. Just the film will be over faster. It's just trying to solve the problems with a modern spin of these crazy misunderstandings that always happen in rom-coms. She's just starting to come in there and say, just guys, just talk to each other.
Does she
Sort it
just?
out.
Does she just not get that she's in the past? Does she just not get there?
Yeah.
It's like, we don't know what that is.
We are dinosaurs.
Yeah, just use Google. What the fuck is that?
That's it, yeah. Look him up on Facebook. You'll find out that he's not really a butler. And then all the problems will be solved. You can end the film.
Will there be like weird things like, oh yeah, here's my Facebook and it's a picture album, where they've all had, like old weird pictures where they've had to sit still for 10 minutes.
That's true. Yeah, and they'll all have little frames on.
Yeah, no, not that Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
What jokes? What jokes have I just
Hilarious.
said? Yeah. Oh, the thing about Facebook is it's not a book at all. Right. Okay. Right. So we've got Brent Spiner as Data. This is
So
just a
glad
little.
he's there. I think he's really going to add to the film.
He's added comfort for me because I can recognise him, and now I'm like, okay, this
There's
might be
Data,
something
yeah.
that I know.
He's like an anchor point.
And he is, yeah, and he is sort of like dependable in Star Trek, isn't he? Like when you Data's around, shit's okay because he's like a good fighter. He's clever. He can solve all the problems.
Oh yeah.
Does he fight people?
He does, yeah. But he doesn't
I've never
doesn't like go mad. Where like it's not like a proper fight where like he just sort of like
karate.
he just sort of does one of those little like death grip things.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I just tried to demonstrate the death grip in a audio format.
Yeah, I know what you meant, but no one else will.
No, we need one of those audio descriptions, which is actually no. Anyway, so
Would you like Lennon Nimoy to be in as well? Because he's got a brilliant name. We could have Spock as well.
yes, I do.
Okay. Definitely having Spock as well in there. He could just hang out with Data. I think they'd get on.
Cool. Okay, so we've got randomly Data and Spock.
Yeah, and they're going to help with.
Are they in uniform, like Star Trek uniform, or
Of
are
course.
they? Okay, cool.
But they're
Excellent.
wearing 1930 style hats to blend in with the other characters.
The full normal uniform and then just little trilbies.
Little trilbies. And then they wouldn't be able to see the tops of Spock's ears, so they wouldn't know that he's not a human. He won't cause alarm.
If Little Trilbies isn't the name of this film, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, right. So, and they just sort of appear. They sort of like they make themselves known, and then they go, or are they now part of the gang?
I think they're part of the gang. They're going to come in and they're going to help.
Cool. And obviously they're
We paid
from
them a
well
lot
in
of
the
money.
future. Will they start to get some of the? Well, no, because they won't know what a text is. Because you don't send texts in Star Trek, do you?
That's true, yeah. Still the cleverest character is still the woman from the modern times. And she's
Right.
there. She's just trying to solve everybody's problems at the same time as being very freaked out that she can't see one of the walls in the room. And she'll be having a conversation and suddenly violins will start playing and somebody starts kissing. She'll, no! It goes on from there.
And all she wanted to do was watch a video.
I know.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, this is quite the quite the evening she's having.
It's
Cool.
a big Saturday night, isn't it?
It is. Cool. Right. Okay. Right. So now we're in the gang. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
Well, then they go into a gangster film, I think, because this is where Perry Gilpin comes in.
Oh, cool.
So these gangsters, they're running liquor. It's the Prohibition times. And that means that we're in early 30s. So this is pre-Hays Code. And this means that the film doesn't have to have a happy ending, because the Hays Code regulated films and made sure that there was no adultery, that the bad guys never won or anything like that. But before then, you could do whatever you wanted in films. People were smoking marijuana, bad guys were winning at the end. So it could have an unhappy ending.
Is this true, or are you making this up?
No, this is all
This
true.
is incredible.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
so-
what was it called?
We're in pre-code times. So the Hays Code came in, I think it's 33, 34, and put in morals into films. But before then, who knows what's going to happen at the end of the film? And Natasha Lyonne, or whoever's playing the main character, suddenly realizes, oh no, I could get killed in this film, and if I die in the film, is that me? Am I dead forever?
Oh, wow. I mean, that's blowing my mind, because that's going to be like 3 hours of Wikipedia for me when I get home. Cool. Okay, so the Hays Code, right? So she realizes she's pre-Hays Code, that there could be an unhappy ending here.
Oh no.
Has she been like comforted the whole time that she might be covered by the Hays Code?
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
because she knows about the Hays Code.
Okay, she knows about it.
She mentions it in every scene.
She mentioned it right at the beginning.
Time.
Right, every time. So she's like, I read it on Wikipedia, and they're like, what is
The
that?
last time.
Is that like an encyclopedia? Okay, right, cool. Right, so she's.
Yeah, that's it. And at this point, a main character gets killed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which one?
The action hero.
No.
Oh no!
What was
This
his name?
is the action hero is William Powell. Is that
No,
right?
he's either Brett Goldstein as Roy Kent in Ted Lasso playing an action hero,
Oh, he's Paul Mills.
or he's
Oh.
Chris Pratt. Yeah, he's Paul Mills.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gets back killed by he falls out a window.
He's in that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not very an actiony way to
Yeah.
go, is it?
Was it just like a breeze that sort of whiffed him out, or did he sort of trip, or?
He thought it was a prop window and he just walked out of it.
What a sad way to go. He was
Yeah, sorry
running on
about
top
that.
of a train earlier.
Yeah.
There's no
He was doing far more dangerous things.
there's no towels bringing him back.
Well, that's it. Yeah, he thought that his stuntman would take over, but it turns out there are no stuntmen.
Oh,
Was there no stuntmen?
probably not back in the day. I
Well-
don't know, they must have done.
They were like they weren't reusable. They were just like disposable. just had like 4 of the same looking guy just thrown into the mincer. Okay,
So
right.
yeah, sorry about
Oh.
Paul Mills, and it sort of jars everyone really, because everybody's just thinking they're in a comedy until that point, but then it gets real. Natasha Lyonne suddenly realizes, I'm going to have to find a way out of this VCR.
Shit.
Yeah, anything could happen. This film could end unhappily. Any one of us could get killed at any point. The transporter isn't working. Spock can't get back onto the Enterprise, and there's dinosaurs in the room dressed as butlers.
Now we're talking.
yeah. This is a gym film.
So this sounds like we're coming to the climax of the film, right?
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
at a point now where something's going to give, and we're going to figure out how this ends. So what happens now? What's the we've had the death of Paul Mills through his prop window.
How does he fall out the window, out of the way?
He's not even in the center of the screen. Everybody's talking in the center of the screen. They're having the main plot, and he just walks off at the side and just falls, and everybody sort of looks around and goes, "Oh no!"
Oh, I was hoping for a Del Boy falling into the bar type thing.
I thought you were going to be like, he's just had enough. He's like, do you know what? I've got spacemen.
no.
I've got dinosaurs. I'm out.
Goodbye.
I want to point
It
out
was total
here
accident.
as well that this has been a perfectly civilized film, and we've inserted dinosaurs so we can fathom it at least. It's got a dinosaur in it.
It's like a 2-year-old who gets involved in writing films.
Does the train have a face on the front of it?
I'm so sorry.
No. This is good. This has been. It's
The
been great.
only person here who does not need to apologise is you.
Right. Okay. So.
So yeah, things are getting scary. Perry Gilpin and her gang of gangsters are coming in. They've got guns, and the main character suddenly realizes, oh, those guns have got real bullets in them. Oh no!
Oh.
And then
Alec Baldwin. Oh no! Sorry.
then the personification of the Great Depression comes in, Grinling Gibbons, and he is struggling with the concept of film and cameras, and he is freaking out, and he's trying to carve things.
He's the Great Depression.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's having a terrible time. And is he the enemy, or is he his own enemy, or is he created by humans' greed? Who knows? And so the main character's sitting there, and then I think we're going to have a really brave ending, because at this point, a lot of films would just reveal that it was all a dream, or everybody's robots, or...
To be fair, this is like the only film where that would make sense.
I like the idea.
Everyone was also robots.
I like the idea that it just stops and rewinds.
Oh, it's like Groundhog Day. He's got to live this insane day.
Yeah.
It could just go on to the copyright notice at the end. No, I think what it's going to be
That's copyright in the 30s?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm not a lawyer. This isn't a court of law.
Well, we are actually recording this in a
steal
court of law.
handbag.
Yeah, you wouldn't steal the Great Depression.
No, I think I'm going to be brave and do what all other film directors and producers are too cowardly to do, and just go appear on the screen behind a desk right now, like in full colour, and just go, I don't know how this film ends. And
It just cuts to you.
yeah, just sitting there staring directly at the camera and going, like Lost and so on, they didn't have the guts to admit that they didn't know how to end it. They just carried on. But I'm going to come in at 90 minutes sharp and just walk onto the set and just go, I don't know how this ends. If you've got a problem with that, this is my address. I'm just going to give them my full address. This is my phone number.
That is a
This
brave
is my
ending.
landline number. If you think you can take me in a fight, come, I'm waiting. I can take you at any time. And I'm just going to look them like dead in the camera.
Yeah.
Like really face on, just like, do you think you're hard enough?
It's like a challenge.
Yeah. And I think if I really, really go for it, stare down, nobody's going to question that. They're all just going to like stand up in the cinemas and at Cannes Film Festival, applaud, go, yeah, fair enough. She's done the brave thing that nobody else has ever dared to do before.
Yeah.
And just go in and go, admit, like honestly, full honest, more honest than anybody's ever been before, and just go, I don't know how the film ends.
The thing that I think is least believable about this whole thing is your faith in nutcases of the world. Yeah. Is that you will have queues of people, like a comedy, like swiping as well. Like there'll be someone with a piece of wood, like tapping it in their hand, someone with a gun.
There'll be someone at Cannes immediately taking their jacket off and their sleeves up. They're like, right, let's go.
They've brought their boxing gloves with them to Cannes. They're ready.
I've waited my whole life for this.
In a robe, a boxing robe.
What you need to do is you need to come on at the end of the film and then give Jim's address. If you think you can take me in a fight, come and burn my house down.
Jim is my friend. I'm not doing that. And also, because we're in streaming
Do
now.
balls. You don't even admit him today. He's got a cellar. He can live it out.
What's in the cellar?
Brains.
Paul's in the cellar.
Oh.
Hiding from
Wait a minute,
people angry at my film.
Wait a minute, does this like cut to Paul's cellar?
I'm not being in this film. Just to clarify. We're not ending the film by burning my actual house down. There's oil underneath. It'll go up like flames.
36 grand per hour. Right.
Yeah.
Alison,
Thanks.
your film.
Oh, Nichelle Nichols is in it as well.
Michelle Nichols.
Nichelle, she played Uhura in the first series of Star Trek. I just really like her name.
Does she come in to take you off stage? Like a crazy person.
That'd be
come
nice.
On, let's just get you some
That would be
tea.
nice. I would have liked to have met her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she can come in if she likes at the end. But I'm still going to maintain eye contact with the lens of the camera. I'm not going to look away at all from that lens, so that everybody in the cinema will know she means it. She means it.
She's ignoring Nichelle
Nichols. She could take us if she wanted to. She could fight everyone in the cinema. They will believe that absolutely because of the truth that cinema tells.
Wow. Truth.
You almost believe that yourself.
You can't see me, but I'm really beefy.
Right. Alison Dennison,
Best of luck with this, Jim.
your film.
Yeah.
I have to firstly, reading my own handwriting is the first challenge. Okay, so this is a class misunderstanding screwball 30s film. It's magical, like big, and it has trains in it, which we meet later. Now, in the modern day, we've got a Natasha Lyonne. She's nameless. She's the new Columbo. And she's gone to Blockbuster Video, and she's got 2 VHS films. One is the class misunderstanding romance, like set in the olden days, and the other is a magically type film. Okay, right. So, and she takes these home, and for somehow both videos end up inexplicable reason end up because I'm going to say she's drunk, because if you're buying videos, if you're renting videos at that point, there's going to be something in there. It's going to be right. So she's putting these videos in the VHS player, and they get swallowed, and she puts her hand in, and she turns into a giant plasticine version of herself, that gets shoved into the VHS player.
Yeah, but you won't be able to tell that. That's just practical effects. It's going to be stop motion plasticine, so it looks like she's been sucked into it's going to be very convincing, but it's going to take 2 or 3 years to film that portion, and that's only going to last about 10 seconds.
I really believe in your conviction, but I think people will tell.
No. There's a suspension of disbelief, and if they have a problem with it, my address is at the end of the film.
I'd like you actually just to pop up now and again in the film and go, you don't like this, you can fucking come and talk
See
to me
at the end.
Right, okay, so now she's been whisked into the film, and the first person she meets is the action star, who is either Chris Pratt, Paul Mills, or the American man you met at Elephant Castle earlier today. And they're in a comedy rom-com with William Powell, who's a detective, and I can't read what I wrote there. Myrna Loy.
Oh, she's amazing. You'll love Myrna Loy, yeah. Myrna
Loy, who are called Nick and Nora Charles.
That's who they play.
Right now we find out that Buster Keaton is also in the film, but we don't know why yet, and we will do in a minute. And then we've got some casting. We've got some casting that we've done now. We've got some purely for the credit fodder at the end. We've got DeForest Kelly, who plays Dr. Harry Doctor. and Gates McFadden, who plays Julia Doctor, his beloved wife, who got married in 1931.
Is she Junior Doctor, Julia Doctor?
I'm so glad that you got their wedding date nailed down, because often films don't include the date of when married couples get married, and that I think is a problem with a lot of films, because you got this married couple, you think, but how long have they been married?
I think the date should take up 70% of the film, the screen. Just to make sure. This was happening in 1931, and you should all know it.
It's important. It will come up later.
Then it doesn't come up.
Never comes up.
We have Guji Wither, who plays a horse disease.
This never comes up again.
Never comes up again, because but we have to have it there for reasons.
It's the only reason the doctors are on the train.
There's a horse disease on the train. Perry Gilpin plays the head gangster, and Grimlin Gibbons, who plays the Great Depression. The whole Great Depression.
Personification of
/ woodcarver.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in him. He can do it. He can't do it. He's going to fall apart.
At this
He's
point,
going to cause a lot of problems on set.
I can imagine being a bit of a scam, bit of a hijinks maker.
Oh, do you think he's going to be doing pranks on the train, is he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think he was the 18th century he's from. He's probably going to come out with all this weird, politically incorrect stuff. But I've already cast him now, so contract signed.
I like the idea of him just dropping things and going not my fault,
Gravity wasn't invented when I was alive.
I'm not even gravity.
Okay, right. That was a horrible noise. Right, so now we're on a train, and Buster Keaton is now running on top of the train.
Yeah, I've just stolen all of this from the general. But I'm fine with that.
If it's any consolation, there's a lot of uniqueness later.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
And this is where me and Paul's influence starts to come in, where we've got Carol Lombard. The train crashes. But the train is the stock market crashing, and everyone gets and then everyone dies, but gets revived by Harry Doctor and Julia Doctor's quick thinking toweling, which brings them back to life. Okay, right, so now we are in a cocktail party in the 1930s with Carol Lombard, who plays a very, very well-dressed velociraptor wearing a lovely dress and pearls, and Bobby Seagull.
He was just an example of he's not in the film.
Oh, no, so he's an example.
Unless he wants to be in the film.
Does he?
Well, we could ask him.
Is
But
he,
at the
is
moment,
he here?
he's not cast.
Oh, right, he's not cast, right? So, but
No.
okay, right. So this is just a description. So
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
got a Bobby Seagull-esque Carol Lombard dressed as a velociraptor, dressed in pearls and a lovely dress.
She looks great.
One of
I
the
can
most
imagine.
insane things everyone's recorded. Like, just read that again.
A Bobby Seagull-esque Carol Lombard, who is a velociraptor dressed in a very lovely dress and pearls
Beautiful.
at a cocktail party. And there's a butler who's William Powell. And then suddenly at this cocktail party, Brent Spiner as Data, who's wearing his full Starfleet uniform but a lovely hat.
Yeah, to blend in.
Yeah, with Leonard Nimoy playing Spock, both wearing hats, and they just kind of walk on and look a little bit menacingly like, is this Star Trek? And then
Okay.
just go.
They'll go fascinating.
Cool, I like that. And then we've got I've probably written this down wrong. Oh no, I haven't. Perry Gilpin is the gangster. Now we switch into an era of film where the Hays Code wasn't invented yet, and now they suddenly realise that, wow, we could die, and this could be upsetting for us, and they all get very serious. And now Paul Mills then at this point just walks towards a prop window, falls out of it, and dies. And
In real life.
in real life,
The minute they realise that they've gone past this Hays Code and that people can die, Paul Mills defenestrates himself immediately.
for fuck's sake, I can get out of this. And then,
Poor Paul Mills.
so as well, we've got Grimling Gibbons is back in the here, and he's just there.
Just breaking stuff, yeah.
He's breaking stuff.
Not understanding the concept of film, of narrative, or anything like that. He's unfamiliar with he even like the telephones and stuff from the 30s. The 30s technology are freaking him out.
Is he like doing Eeyore type quotes like, "Don't know how I'm going to answer this," sort of thing? Just whenever he picks something up.
Why not?
It's
Why
definitely the
not?
third act where it starts to break down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I like it. I think it's a good.
I mean the sanity.
Yeah. The sanity, takes a turn. And then we've got Michelle Nichols, who plays Uhura.
Nichelle Nichols, yeah.
Michelle Nichols in
It's
in
NN, Nichelle Nichols.
Nichelle Nichols, who plays Uhura in Star Trek. She's in it. No, she's there while you're at a desk looking into the camera, squaring up to the entire audience, giving Paul's address to go burn his house down because, like, you know, your message is here. I don't know how to end this, but fuck you. Is that?
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
message.
yeah, I'm not going to swear, obviously, because this is a you.
This is pre-Hays.
You.
Yeah, yeah.
You.
Children are encouraged.
A train crash.
Yeah.
Full gore.
There's two dinosaurs.
It's going to be fine.
Just cute.
Are they cute dinosaurs? Also, we've
Is
got
it
two
Barney?
dinosaurs, no CGI.
No CGI. No, that's all going to be done.
Plasticine.
Yeah, full plasticine, full-size dinosaurs, all stop motion. That scene's going to take about 7 years to film.
7
Wow.
years.
Yeah, and by very grumpy people. Maybe Nick Park will be involved.
Is he grumpy?
I don't think he's grumpy,
I
but
reckon
other
he's
people
lovely.
will be grumpy. I bet he's
Yeah.
really nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice name, Nick Park, isn't
Yeah.
it? I like the park.
Yeah, okay. I've got a dog. I like the park. I also like nicking. I'm from the East End.
That's how I just, judge everyone. whether they got a name at a place where I like to walk my dog. Cool. Well, Alison, I think we're going to make this film.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't think we can't make it.
I might bleep out my address at the end, but, we'll give it a go.
I think we should write it twice, like on the back of the video cover. Oh, should it be distributed in VHS?
No, that would be insane.
It's distributed.
Hang on a second. That would be insane.
Jim, it's clearly distributed in 2 VHSs that you have to plug in at the same
Same time. Oh, the Devil's
What's
box set.
the film going to be called?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought you guys came up with it. I'm willing to take suggestions.
No, this is you.
Oh, okay. In that case, can we call it Paddington 3? Because then I think lots of people will come, and as long as we bring it out before Paddington 3 comes out, then we've got the name first, and they can't sue us because we got there first.
Is Paddington Bear on the artwork?
Yeah.
The trailers
Yeah.
with Leonard Nimoy and Data just popping in like, it's not what you think.
I'm relying a lot on people just walking past cinemas and seeing the title on the marquee and going, "Oh, at last!"
Paddington
and going,
3?
I think we're going to get a lot of traffic from that before word gets out.
That's good thinking.
We're going to have a big opening weekend.
We need a big opening weekend.
Mhm.
I like it. Well,
Okay, cool.
we're going to make it.
Yeah.
We're going to make this film.
Yes.
I think it's great.
I can't wait
I can't wait to see it.
to move house.
Is it going to be in 3D? Out of all of this, like all the black and
It's going
white,
to be 3D black and white.
3D black and white.
3D black and white.
3D black and white
It's
silent.
never been done.
For good reason.
This is a silent film where we were going to have a pianist at every showing.
But it's Chris Pratt.
There's only one scene
No,
that's silent.
wait, it's not Chris Pratt. Who is
Brendan
it?
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
We're going to have to teach him to play the piano easy.
cool.
He's a professional.
If it's any consolation, I think this will be shown twice before it's shut down. So
Just because I like the idea that the audience gets sucked into the film as well. Anyway, I'm not going to complicate this anymore. But anyway, Alison, thank you so much for coming. Alison, where can we find you on the socials? Because you are a comedian, you're a stand-up comedian on the circuit. Where can we find you on the socials?
Oh, I am on Instagram. I'm Alison Dennison Comedy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you post your gigs on there. People come see you.
I will. I'm very bad at it. I tend to post the gigs after I've done them, which isn't the way you should do it, is it? You should put up
That's how you get time travelers to come to your gigs.
That's who I want to come to my gigs.
Exactly, yeah.
it's that line of thinking that wrote this film.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Alison.
Thank you.
Paul,
Yep.
you're going to go and Wikipedia.
I've got to go on Zoopla. I've got to immediately try and find a new house.
You gotta
just moved.
a new house, and you've got to go and Wikipedia the Hayes Code.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'll talk about it all next week.
Lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.